Hello, hello everybody, and welcome to a new Let's Play. And today we're doing the original Legend of Zelda, which is one I probably should have started off with instead of Ocarina of Time, but hindsight 50-50, or 2020 I should say.
And
It's all
sign
good.
50-50, that would be something.
Yeah, is that getting into the range that the elves can see?
Yes. What do your elf eyes see?
My elf I see poorly translated storyline.
English, yes. One of my favorite things in the world.
It's great.
Rupee.
You got rupee and 5 rupees. Those are the only rupees in existence.
Although if I'm thinking about who would be real life elves, I doubt it would be the Canadians.
I mean, I don't know. We're pretty into the whole wilderness thing and going camping, so.
I mean, you can have the place of gnomes if you want.
I like gnomes. What's wrong with gnomes?
Huh? They're not as Mary Sue-ish as the elves, so...
Exactly.
So yeah. So who gets to be the elves?
Well, if we're still sticking with Norse mythology, then probably the Scandinavians, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Let's go with the Danish, just to piss off the Norwegians and the Swedes.
Okay, sure, why not? So anyway, first things first with this game, I am not going to do the first level just yet. There is some busy work that I want to get done first. Because the wooden sword is fine and dandy and all, except what's even better is the white sword, so we're going to get that first. And in order to do that, I kind of need to hope for a bomb drop, which, for whatever reason, if you want bombs early, killing blue Octoroks is the best way to do that. They have a higher chance of dropping bombs. I don't know why. But I also found that, like, blue enemies tend to drop some of the better stuff. Anyway. And these are the original Zoras, which are fucking horrifyingly annoying. I hate them so much. Although, Sorry?
It would be a while until they would become fetish fuel for
well,
people with weird tastes.
But here's even the weirder thing. Apparently, these Zoras... Oh wait, we got some bombs. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
So now we can get our first heart piece. But, yeah, apparently these are river Zoras, and then the ones that are the more fetishized version are the ocean Zoras. And I also don't know why they decide to give you a choice between a consumable versus a permanent upgrade. I guess it's just a test of how retarded you truly are.
Yeah. It's the 1980s version of Get Filtered.
Yeah, so we got our first heart piece, and the way that the game decides whether you deserve a sword upgrade or not...
I'm laughing at the fairies' tendency to run away as soon as they see you.
Yeah, don't worry. I go for 100% completion rate, and I at least attempt to get every single fairy that I come across. But,
Snap their necks, drink that fairy juice all the time. It's got that good protein.
Yeah, except fairies in this game are not that great. Like, they don't heal you full like in other games. They only heal, like, 4 or 5 hearts.
Imagine if Link is this version, like, to the fairies, he's like this world's version of the Pale Man.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who the Pale Man is.
A character from the Labyrinth of the Fawn.
Okay, I've never heard of that, so...
It is a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Oh, you mean Pan's Labyrinth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. I heard that that movie was good, but I have not seen it, unfortunately.
Pretty decent.
But yeah, so when it comes to Legend of Zelda, there are a lot of weird quirks about this one, which should be obvious considering it's the first game in the series. But it still holds a pretty, well, I wouldn't say a special place in my heart. I am using a walkthrough for this because this is a game where I'm not too up to date as to like all the nuances and stuff like I am with the N64 ones. But I do appreciate it for what it is. And let's see, was it up here that I needed to go? No, it was not. I think I needed to go further east. Yeah, this is where I needed to go. Because inside here, there's a blue note. And with this, we can then buy the consumables that we could trade away heart pieces for. Except we can trade away rupees instead. Which again just begs the question, why the fuck would you ever get the free health potions when you can just buy them?
Well, because it's free.
Yeah, but they only cost 68 rupees in this game. 40 if you buy the one-chug version.
Because an order pricing, like the not odd number to get at to start with.
Yeah. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, and in here there is the other secret that we need. As soon as I get rid of these Tektites, because we do need rupees in this game. This is one of the few Zelda games where buying things is actually important. Yay, and now we're good enough to get the white sword. And it feels good to wield the white sword, because you deal double damage.
I thought you were gonna make a racist comment.
Hey, I'm a little bit better than that.
The white sword is what feels better on my Caucasoid hands.
Hey, to be fair, this game was made by the Japanese. They aren't white, so...
I mean, I've heard by some sources that they are honorary whites.
I don't know. It's, I don't like getting into the whole race thing. It's confusing and everyone makes up new rules all the time. But anyway, white sword. And also, fuck, what are those things called? Like the centaur dragon things that were in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild.
Good question, I forgot.
Okay. Anyway, they're annoying as fuck in this game. I hate them. Ooh, pay me and I'll talk. Fantastic. 20. Go up the mountain ahead. So that was just your hint to tell you that that's where you can get you a nice sword.
Now, why would you... why would you just randomly walk into a waterfall like that?
Because everybody knows that all the good secrets are behind waterfalls. Come on, Goat, you should know this by now.
Yeah, everyone knows that now. How would everyone know that in 1985?
86, thank you very much. And the answer is, well, you gotta do your best to try and figure out where you're going. Anyway, first death, and not gonna be my last, sadly, but,
Yeah, it's the average Zelda experience.
Well, it's the average Zelda experience for maybe the 2D ones, because you have less space to maneuver. But, I don't know. I find that dying in, like, the 3D Zeldas is, like, a feat. Like, you really have to go out of your way to die in those games. But, I don't know. That's just me. But, let's see. Just gotta find the old woman now, so that way we can give her a note. And if you see me running into walls, that's usually me peering over to the guide that I've been using, which is just a map. And just sort of deciding, okay, I should go this way.
I just hope you don't do that when you're driving.
I always do that when I'm driving.
Let me look at the GPS. Sounds like I'm going the right direction.
Man, it's really bumpy here. It says I'm next to the school zone. Wonder what that means.
Yeah. Man, shoot just got red all of a sudden. God, this...
No, but there have been people who have followed the GPS to a T, not realizing the GPS might be wrong once in a while, and they end up, like, driving through a lake or something.
I recall seeing a video a while ago. Some guy just painted a road on a wall, Roadrunner style. And it was a car just rammed right through. It was amazing.
I mean, if he did a good job detailing it like that, then kudos to the artist, but if it wasn't super obvious that it was a fake wall, then, or if it was super obvious it was a fake wall, I should say, then, well, maybe the driver deserved it.
Maybe he was drunk.
Yeah, maybe. I do know that there was a local story there was a port town here in Canada where there was a drunk driver who was driving along, and in this port town there's multiple bridges that go up to allow the ships to come in. And there's usually a big warning, like the red light stays red for an extended period of time to let you know that the bridge is still up. But anyway, this guy was so drunk that he decided to turn into the bridge while it was up, not realizing it was up because, I don't know, red's a really hard color to remember what it coordinates to. And he went into the canal and drowned. And...
Red means... Red means you should have stopped when you saw the school children.
But anyway, so because of that, the mother got really upset at the city for not making it more obvious that when the bridge is up, that there needs to be better warning signs. So the city unfortunately caved and decided to make a really obvious "do not turn" sign whenever the bridge is up.
No, it's never their fault that their son is retarded.
Yeah, God forbid that the parents might have something to do with it, right?
God forbid I have to take responsibility for how I raised my kids.
Yeah, it's everyone else's problem. But anyway, you're saying?
Yeah, I was gonna make a I was gonna make a comment about people who raise, people who raised kids who do drunk driving. But then I decided, wait, considering some of the experiences I had in life, I probably should not talk about that.
Why, were you most of those people?
No, I have been in. I have been on cars where there wasn't much of. Where there was almost no one sober. I've been in a car like in one of my former jobs, I took it. We were at a party with people from work at some point, and I came back and I hitched a hike with one of my work friends and her husband, and we stopped by a gas station with what are those gas stations with a shop, with a bar inside.
With a bar inside? I have never heard of a gas station with a bar inside.
Not a bar specifically, a shop inside, a grocery shop.
I mean,
and we bought
every gas station I know of has like a shop inside, even if it's something like just on the road snacks or something.
Yeah, and like it was like it was me, my colleague, her husband, and her daughter.
And all 4 of you were drunk.
No, the daughter wasn't drunk, but that's because she was 12.
Oh, so she's perfect age for driving.
Yeah, honey, we're too drunk to drive. You do the thing. So yeah.
But Dad, I can't reach the wheels. And it's like you saw Indiana Jones. Just do what Shortstop did.
Short round.
Short round, yeah.
But yeah. No joke, like she was the only one who got home not drunk, got home sober that day.
Well, at least because the parents are that much responsible by that much, I guess.
Yeah. We bought some beers when we were at the gas station, and we were chatting and then just drinking, and like I think we downed like 4 liters of beer among the 3 of us, and that was after the party. So we.
So that was like 2 beers each, kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, it seems like a really stupid idea for a gas station to sell beer, but that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not their fault if people are stupid enough to go to drink and then drive. But yeah. It was a very irresponsible thing that day. We all did that day. Trevor Road was the only one sober in the car. When I left the car, I left the car and I turned to my colleague, to my friend, to just say goodbye, say bye, and I look at the side. Her husband is like legs far apart, taking a piss in front of the gate of my house. I'm like, yep. Good thing nobody's filming this.
Yeah. I don't have any crazy drunk stories because I don't drink or go to parties or have fun. I just play video games all day.
I just stay alone at home.
I like my hermit lifestyle and I'll keep it that way, thank you very much. But no, I do envy the people who live out in the sticks and manage to be self-sufficient and not have to work a job. Seems like
How do they pay property tax, though?
I think, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I think out in the sticks it's like, no one gives a shit because there's no anything. Like, there's no electricity that goes to the place, there's no plumbing, so it's like you have to be entirely self-sufficient. But who knows, they might have like a small job just to help get some cash to pay for some expenses here and there. But, let's see. I'm trying to think of if I do anything else. Oh yeah, one thing I will say is that even though we got a bow in the last dungeon, it's technically useless because we have to buy arrows. And I don't do that because, well, the arrows are like 80 rupees. It's like fucking retarded expensive. And even then, the arrows aren't that great because every time you use it, you have to use 1 rupee. So if you're out of rupees, you can't use arrows. It's one of those weird quirks about this game where they couldn't program like an arrow count, so it just made it part of your rupees. And also, the P-hats in this game are fucking horrible. I hate them so much because you can't attack them when they're flying or moving. You have to attack them when they're stopped. But the time for when they fly around and stop is completely random. So they could fly around for like an hour and then stop for like 2 seconds. It sucks so hard.
These are the old version of the reavers, right? No, the levers.
Yeah, the old version where they're not as annoying as they are in Ocarina of Time.
Or in that one mission in Twilight Princess.
Oh, you mean the, give the, hot spring water to the Goron that's on the other side of the fucking planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that too. Let's see. I think I do eventually get to, World 2, but I honestly can't remember what I'm dicking around for. I'm probably just trying to look for rupees.
It's pretty dickish though, the game when like you get a fairy, but it's right after you got full health.
Yeah, but you know what's really, really dickish? Getting the stopwatch power after you kill the last enemy. Or as I like to call it, the Santa Claus power. Because it turns you red and white.
Are you getting the ring early on?
Yeah, the blue one, yeah. Because that is the most expensive item in the game at 250 rupees. And again, just due to the weird quirks of how this game is programmed, excuse me, you can only hold 255 rupees.
I guess they were basing the isn't like 255 the magic number for gaming programming, like if you go
for 8-bit games, yeah, I think that's the case.
Yeah. What's the thing with 255? Because I see like that number. I don't understand programming, but I see that number a lot on stuff like for example, in a lot of games when you have to perform a glitch that overflows.
Yeah, that was
is based on overflowing. That is whenever you have to perform a glitch that is based on overflowing count, it always goes to 255.
I think it's because when programming for 8-bit games, when it means so like what a bit is the state that a computer can input something back to you. So 1 bit would be a binary of yes or no. So those are like your 2 bits. And then it goes up by a multiple of 2 each time. So then you get your 2 bits. So then you have 2 sections where it's like it can give you 2 answers of yes, yes, no, no, or no, yes, etc. And then with the NES, it's an 8-bit system, so you have like 8 slots essentially for it to give you a yes-no answer. So I think for the reason for the 255, it's technically 256 because that's the full amount of configuration that you can get from the 8-bit of a yes-no answer. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah. But it's not just like, for example, there's a very famous glitch on Path of Radiance, where if you forge, that is exclusive to the Japanese version, if you forge a slim sword with 0 critical, the critical hit of the sword overflows back to 255. So you get a Slim Sword that always crits.
Yeah, so the thing about the overflowing is that there's technically no way for games to really render 0. Or something like that. Or if it gets to the max, it goes back to 0. So it's sort of like they have to share like the same slot, essentially. That's why that glitch tends to be a common occurrence.
So yeah, that's the thing they use a lot. Like you see that a lot on speed runs of Path of Radiance.
Mm-hmm.
They make a sword that is, they make a Slim Sword, forge early on a Slim Sword for Ike that always crits. So he's like gonna be like just killing everything because it's critting, because it's always critting.
Yeah.
And I think you can do that also with I think it's only the Slim Sword and the Thunder Tomes. So yeah, you can forge Thunder Tomes with 255 crit. So like your mages are gonna be always kill everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to look into, and hopefully when I go to college this September, I'll get to learn a bit more about programming and bit rates and all that good shit, so I could give you a better answer. But that, from my understanding, as a guy who basically knows nothing about programming at the moment, that's my understanding of how it works.
And you can program your own SNES game and fill it with all the dickish design choices they used to do in that time.
I could, or I could learn from the past mistakes and make games that aren't complete assholes design.
Ah, you're doing that being the better person thing again.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of doing that. And I thought there might have been a secret there, but nah, there isn't. There tends to be secrets in at least the later dungeons where if there's a black spot in the map, then you can sometimes bomb to it for rupees and stuff.
Which one do you get? You get the ring or the big shield first?
The ring, because the big shield, you can lose it by getting eaten by a like. So, it's one of those, even if you get the cheap shield, I think the cheap shield is still like 130 or like 90. And that's like in very specific shops. Like it's that's like a complete waste of rupees. So
I do a lot of grinding in the beginning of the game. Like I do a lot of grinding. I think I get the blue ring before the first dungeon even. Whenever I play this.
Man, and here I thought I was afraid that people were gonna call me a pussy for getting the white sword first before doing the dungeon.
I got the white sword, 6 hearts, the ring, and the.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking, how the hell do you get 6 heart pieces? Like, oh yeah, you can buy the first candle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one. I was forgetting that. First game.
I mean, this game is hard, but by NES standards, it's not that fucking hard.
Yeah, it's very manageable once you know where things are. But yeah, like it's not like it's not some Battletoads dickhead design where you have like obstacles, the instant kill obstacles that drop in the very first, like in like fraction of a second.
Well, the thing about Battletoads in games like that is that it's just pattern recognition and oh fuck, I forgot the term. Like reflex. It's all in the reflexes, baby.
Yeah, the two things I don't have.
Well, sucks to suck, nerd. But anyway, we got our candle. And unlike normal candles, it's actually a lot more badass because it's part flamethrower.
Normal candles can also be part flamethrower. You just have to attach some stuff to the...
Yeah, but this one is just a candle. No attachments necessary, and then we can just burn everything.
You just attach some hairspray. Like attach the candle to some hairspray and you got a flamethrower. It's easy.
Yeah, and then you gotta make sure you don't hold on to the trigger too long, or else the fire goes into the can and explodes your fingers. And I missed a little secret there, but it's fine. We'll get it on the way back.
Or you could just go back to the screen and just do it again, because...
Yeah, but there's another secret over here. The other heart piece. Yep. This very specific bush. And that. Fantastic.
Man. Yeah. They really took advantage of the fact that back in the 80s, people have a lot of free time. Like, kids had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
It was so easy to get bored before the internet.
Yeah, now these days, oh boy, this stuff is really expensive. I was debating getting the shield for 90, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm saving up for the ring. But, yeah, it makes me wonder, like, what the fuck happened in recent years that, oh yeah, like, back in the 80s and 90s, you could set a kid with, like, a game like Legend of Zelda where it's very cryptic and you have to figure things out. And then these days, it's like, oh yeah, a kid can't sit still for more than 5 seconds without saying bored and, like, going on to something else.
Well, that's kids in any situation. Like, that's kids at any age. But that's the thing, like, if you were a kid in the 80s, you didn't have Steam and emulators. You had, like, you got a game. Like, you got a Zelda, you got a Ninja Gaiden, you got like a computer with some Ultima in it, and that's what you had. Like, you're gonna be it's gonna be a while until your parents have like another $30 to buy another game for you, or until you have mowed enough lawns. Enough lawns, and you're gonna have to make do with that game, and you're gonna spend as much time as you can just grinding on that game and trying everything you can to just get the secrets.
Yeah, but what I'm referring to is like the idea of like, especially kids these days. It's like, oh, if a YouTube video is more than 5 seconds long, that's taking up too much time.
No, that's lack of beating. Like that's parents. That's like you can't beat your kids anymore, so they grow into twats like this. Okay.
I thought it was the idea of just giving them an iPad and using that as the babysitter.
Yeah. I'm from the generation that still felt the end of a belt occasionally, so I like how it's still counting after you cross the screen. So yeah, like back in my days, we learned to wait more than 5 seconds to be invested on something. Okay, so, but yeah, like it was a lot. Like in the 80s and the 90s, it was a lot easier to just get bored. Like some days you were just like I remember days when it was raining and there was like the most boring film in the universe was going on TV. Like some watch this romance set in the 19th century about two immigrants from Ireland. I don't care. Like I wanna go out. I wanna kick some rocks.
Have you ever seen Gravity Falls?
No.
Oh, okay. There was a pretty funny joke where the Grunkle Stan is watching TV, and like the boring old woman channel was playing a really shitty movie, and he was like, Uncle Grunkle Stan was like, "Kids, get my remote," and I'm too lazy to get up and look for it myself. And the kids weren't in the home, and he was like screaming for help essentially because the show was still going on.
Yeah, but that was the thing back when we didn't have YouTube and smartphones. Getting bored was very common. So if you could pass your time with some video games that would last you for months, you would do that. You would you would play that spend months grinding on Ultima and finding out a bit of cryptic nonsense, or
Anyway.
Or trying to beat Ninja Gaiden, which...
Yeah, good luck.
eh.
Yeah, so these fucking Dark Nuts, I hate them so goddamn much because you can only attack them from the front or the side, or the back or the sides. The front, they are invincible, and they always seem to turn exactly towards you right as you're about to hit them with your sword. But apparently there is a way to, this boss, if you get the bomb just right, you can get all 4 heads, but,
Lucky that.
yeah. I was not lucky. Feels bad.
What are you saying about the Dark Nuts?
Oh, they suck ass. I hate them so much.
No, you're saying like something else.
Oh, yeah, apparently I heard that there is a way to manipulate their movement, because in their programming, it's sort of like, it's based on if you as the player push on the D-pad, they will change their movement or something like that. But the problem is that I think it's random what direction they go in, so it's helpful, not helpful kind of thing.
Here's the thing. No, I saw this, like, Bismuth explains this in one of his video breaking down a speed run of Zelda. There is a anti-Link in the screen all the time, and there is like an alternate version of Link in the code of the game that is always moving in the opposite axis of your character. And the Dark Nuts are always programmed to 50-50. They would go they would either go towards you, towards Link, or the anti-Link. And if if you know the position of the anti-Link will go, you can manipulate the movement of Dark Nuts.
Yeah, but even then, that's still only a 50% chance of the Dark Nut doing what you would expect them to do.
Yeah. But another interesting quirk of NES programming.
Anyway, speaking of interesting quirks, did you get the sword from the old man on top of the waterfall? Yes, here it is. And surprisingly, they did program it so that way if you do attack the old men, they do attack back by shooting fire at you.
Nintendo accounted for elderly abuse.
This was in the days before they were able to program chickens. Let's see. Was there ever a reason why they programmed that the cuckoos would kill you if you smack them around too much?
Taking the piss?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they probably tried stabbing the cuckoos as they were playtesting the game, so they think, hey, let's make it as like a kind of Easter egg if you attack. Let's make the cuckoo the invincible enemy that attacks you if you provoke them.
It just makes me kind of curious if there's like a story based on it, you know? Like,
yeah.
But, I don't know. Anyway, Santa
you
Claus
like.
power.
And then Skyrim will go one step forward, a step further, and make so that if you kill a chicken, the entire town aggroes on you. Like, chicken are the most sacred animal for the Nords. If you kill one, they
Well,
all.
I'm sure farmland isn't too great up there. I mean, it's always snowing.
Which is retarded. Like, there's some really retarded lore in like in the beginning of Elder Scrolls series. Like, yeah, Skyrim being perpetually snowing. Why would people live there? Like, okay, the Eskimos. I don't think it's always snowing where they like there are times of the year where the place where the Eskimos live don't have snow, don't they? So
I mean, from what I can tell or what I remember, it's I think they do live always in snow kind of thing. It's just that they're kind of isolated. They don't really have the means to move out.
Okay, regardless, like, and there's some other really dumb stuff there, like yeah, but like it's hard to develop a society past the Iron Age if you can't do agriculture, you know.
Yeah,
It's
and
kind of tough.
that's why the Eskimos are basically known for whaling, and that's about it.
Yeah, and why like the snowy wasteland lore for Skyrim is stupid. And there is other stuff like that. Like I think originally they wrote that Cyrodiil, the capital province of the empire, has like forests composed of trees so big and dense that building towns is almost impossible. That is the most stupid. First of all, do you realize that trees are not made of lava? Like you can cut down a tree, you know?
I guess the idea was that it was so huge, the tree, that cutting it down would take too much time. I don't know.
Yeah, you can still cut it down. And like, it's also pretty stupid. Like, the capital province of your empire is a place where it's almost impossible to build anything. That is exceedingly stupid lore. You know? And then they retconned that on Oblivion, which honestly it's for the better, because it was that kind of stupid lore that should have never been a thing in the first place.
I'm actually kind of curious now in the first two games if like, because I know in the first game, Arena, you could travel the entirety of like each province, so, like go to Skyrim, go to Morrowind, and all that.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if going to the capital, then, if it's just like you can't go here, forest too dense.
No, you can't go to the capital until you've collected all the pieces of a Staff of Chaos, I think. Yeah, but the thing about the original game is that it has procedurally generated map. So like if you walk out of a town, for example, and you keep walking, the game will just continue generating the map until it runs out of memory.
Huh. Alright.
Yeah.
I thought it
doesn't really have. Yeah, the thing is that it doesn't really have a fixed map where you can actually like go from town to town on foot. You have to fast travel.
Yeah, that's why I was sort of thinking, like, the whole thing about it is that you have to fast travel in that game to get around.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And then they made Daggerfall, that has like where it's only the province of it's only a few sections of of two provinces of Hammerfell and High Rock, and it's the map is like is proportional. So like the map is the size of Great Britain, or at least England. At least I think it's this, the map of Daggerfall is the size of England, and that is like
4 blocks.
Yeah, it's proportional. No, it's proportionally sized. You can like walk through like in between towns on Daggerfall, but it takes hours to walk from like one town to the other, and it takes days to walk the whole map. It's pretty crazy.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember how many dungeons I complete. I think I do the first 5. And I do them kind of in order. I will spoil a little bit and say that I do try and do 6 first, and then realize I get soft-locked a little bit, so I have to go back.
You didn't buy arrows for Goma?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that issue once.
So, I at least do the first half of 6 in this video, so I'm just trying to remember how far I get. And to be fair, I don't actually use a guide for the dungeons until like level 7, because that's when they get like really complicated. Especially the last one.
Yeah, Death Mountain is pretty dickish.
Which is kind of funny because you only really need to go through half of it, or because the rest of it is just a waste of time.
Yeah, it's just dead ends. There's a lot of dead ends in that dungeon. Like I think most of the dungeon is just dead ends.
Unfortunately, Santa Claus power does not work on fairies. Feels bad. Oh yeah, this dungeon has like the worst boss. I fucking hate the boss of this one. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the Hydra Dragon.
What's the name? Gleok?
Is that what it's called? Gleok?
I think it is.
Alright. Anyway, I hate that thing, because, fucking, you kill a head and then the head just sort of, becomes an invincible object that shoots fireballs at you. It sucks.
Having full health to deal with it like is pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. And for whatever reason, it's always, if you have to push a block in a dungeon, it's always the left one. Again, I guess it's just one of those weird quirks of the programming in this game.
Maybe memory.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to save on memory and having like the same block every time. It was just more. It's just easier.
Yeah, because there's a whole 2 quests in this game. Which, I don't think I ever really did the second quest, because it never really interested me. There is also, again, another weird quirk about this Legend of Zelda, is that there are more keys that you can collect than there are locked doors. And I'm not just talking about being able to buy keys from the shop. Because if you get hopelessly stuck, you can do that, but even then, I don't think there's a way for that to really happen unless you're like completely hopelessly stuck and you don't know how to that you can bomb holes in the wall.
And you don't have but keys in this game work from one dungeon to the other, right?
Yeah, so there are 1 or 2 points where there's actually an overabundance of keys in a dungeon, and then in the next dungeon there is next to no keys. So you have to use the keys from the previous dungeon to open up the doors of the next dungeon. And then the whole key situation becomes completely moot by, I think it's level 8 that you get the magic key that opens up all the doors. Which, for whatever reason, looks like a horse.
I thought it was supposed to be a lion.
I don't know. We'll take a look at it eventually. Walk into the waterfall. Fuck you. I already figured it out. I don't know. To me, it always looked like a horse. What is your opinion on people who think that the knight in chess is actually a horse and not a knight?
Lack of imagination.
No, I just always found it funny where it's just like, they always make that, mistake kind of thing, and it's like, they never learned. But then again, I guess it just goes to show that, they don't really have an appreciation for chess, as it were.
They never learned about the grains of rice.
Never learned about the grains of rice. They, only, view stuff on TikTok, and, But anyway, level 4 complete. Fantastic. We're just zooming our way through this game. Would you guys want me to do the second quest? Because, like I said, I don't really have that big of an interest in it. But, I don't know. I'd be willing to do it.
Neither do I.
Okay. That settles that, then. And let's see. Man, I am very hungry right now. How about you, Gok?
I will proceed to get food once we were. I came back from the market right before I messaged you.
Did you remember your wallet this time?
Yes, I did. I did not have to resort to thievery this time.
Because I don't think you can afford to lose another arm.
Yeah. And this time there was no attendee willing to exchange silence for sexual favors.
Oh, have you played the second NES Zelda, or not really?
Adventure of Link?
Yeah.
I've played it a bit, but I've never finished it.
Yeah, the final boss in that one is a combination of exceedingly difficult and stupidly easy if you know what to do. It's kind of weird how that works.
I am aware that there is like a glitchy way of exploiting the AI and getting...
Essentially, yeah, it's, you crouch in the corner. And, then Shadow Link cannot hit you. It's funny. But yeah, Zelda 2 is a pretty, funky game. I'm kind of, surprised they never did, like, a Zelda game in the side-scrolling, method like that ever again. But I guess SamMcKdamn sort of cemented that yeah, we're never doing that again.
I mean, I kind of realized that the overhead style was where the groove of the game was at. It's what the people liked best. It allowed perhaps for better design.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be nice if they occasionally went to it. But anyway, here's the last heart piece that we can get in the overworld without beating a boss, so we're almost at full life.
I know that there were sections of some of the handheld games that were
like side-scrolling, yeah, but those were
yes.
like really brief. They were like 2 rooms max kind of thing. Like, I'm talking like a full-on game that's like that, with maybe like the overworld being overhead. Let's...
Eat the Paris.
Hmm? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Eat the Paris.
Oh, yeah. I think it was good of them to sort of establish in the other ones that it was just the fairies just fly around Link, and that's good enough.
They threw some pixie dust at you. You don't really snap their necks and drink their blood.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole snapping the neck and drinking the blood thing, it reminds me of a South Park episode where it was Christopher Reeve who played Superman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Christopher Reeve, there was an episode with him where he was a paraplegic, and he was talking to a radio host about the miracles of stem cells, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've just been taking some stem cells, and I'm getting better all the time." And what he does is that he just cracks the neck of like a fetus and just sort of drinks the fluids essentially, and then he's like able to move his arms. He's like, "Yeah, now I can move my arms." And like the whole episode starts to become like he gets like too powerful for his own good, and then the guy who played Lex Luthor in the movies comes up to him and is like, "Christopher, you need to stop. You're abusing the power of the stem cells." He's like, "I can do whatever I want," and then he's like lifting up trucks and like cocking them at people and shit. So then Lex Luthor has to get a gang of like old actors to try and stop Christopher Reeve from killing more fetuses.
That is Gene Hackman, right?
I can't remember. I'm not very good with my movie lore or movie
I think
trivia.
I think it was Gene Hackman who played Lex Luthor. Lionel. That's the name of the centaur things. Lionels.
Lionels, okay.
Yeah, and they also
apparently
appear on Link. They also appear on Link to the Past.
Did they? I don't remember them in Link to the Past. I remember them in the Oracle of Ages Seasons games, or maybe it was only Seasons, but
you can find them if you go like high up on Death Mountain.
Okay. Again, it's just I am not very familiar with A Link to the Past. That one is like my least favorite of the, I guess, traditional Legend of Zelda games.
Yeah.
I don't know, there was nothing really about it that really stood out to me that was like, yes, this is the quintessential Zelda game, you know? But also I do have I'm not sure if it's like a bias or what, but a lot of Super Nintendo games I don't find as fond or as good as a lot of people say they are, you know? Might be the whole I grew up with the N64 over the Super Nintendo, so...
Yes, you are tainted by modernity. That's why that's true, Sam.
Come on, the Nintendo 64 wasn't that bad. It gave us Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and Banjo-Kazooie and a lot of good games. But anyway, now that we got the Super Magic Shield, we can actually block shots from magical attacks like these lionesses and Wizrobes.
Wizrobes, the biggest dicks.
The red ones are fine, it's the blue ones that are assholes, because they take like 3 hits before they die, and they just teleport all over the place.
The biggest assholes in the game.
I don't know, it's still Dark Nuts for me. I hate them so much. Do you know much about the BS Zelda? Yeah, I know, it's a really bad name, but apparently it was like this weird thing that a radio show in Japan had.
Broadcast satellite.
Yeah, broadcast satellite, like that they had with Nintendo, where you would get like extra levels or something like that. Like, it was very weird how it worked.
Yeah, I seem to recall watching an episode of from Planet of the Grey Wolf talking about it. Planet of the Grey Wolf, don't know if you remember. They're not active anymore, but they were like a channel that talked about video games, and they had a series called 16-Bit Gems.
Mm-hmm.
Come on here, fairy! Come on!
There we go. Yeah, see, they don't heal you all the way. It's only like 4 hearts. Stinky.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a series called 16-Bit Gems that served to introduce people, introduce uncultured swine like you to the greatness of 16-bit games.
Anyway, I forgot something. So I forgot to get the holy croissant of power. So now we can push big rocks. And more specifically, the big rock that is up the left staircase there. Man, this old woman gets around.
That sounds like something else. This old woman is the town bicycle for all the old men of the kingdom.
She's the town doorknob. Everyone gets a turn. But now we have enough hearts, so that way we can get the magical sword, which is even better than the white sword. And I just want to kill this Poe first. There we go. And it is this tombstone we push, and here we go. I also don't know how you can master something before you get it.
It's based on the number of hearts.
Yeah. But
so
anyway.
Yeah, it makes no sense why they decide to go with master, but that's what it means. It means get enough hearts.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye.